Daniil Medvedev, and this is my road to the final.
Daniil, do you reckon you've ever had to dig this deep in a Grand Slam to get through to the final?
Never, 100% never. Not as much hours, not as many sets. Till this tournament, only one time in my life I managed to come back from 2 sets to love down in 5 setters. I think my statistics were not great. So I'm really proud that I'm changing it this tournament. I had some tough matches, tough opponents. They were playing well. I managed to be one of the 2 people on Sunday, and I'm really happy and proud of it.
It's all about finding solutions, isn't it, in these matches, especially when you're with your back against the wall. How did you get out of those situations numerous times now over the last 2 weeks?
It's always different, because for sure tactically when you're losing you try to change something, because if you continue just doing the same thing, well, if you really believe, maybe it will work, but usually in tennis you try to change up something, to throw something at your opponent, to try to make him nervous also. And I think both time what happened is I managed to raise my level and serve better in the matches where I was down. That put a little bit extra pressure on my opponent, because if they want to finish the match they have to, you know, either break my serve or beat me in the tiebreak. And I managed to be very strong in these moments and just play better and better and better during the matches, and that was pretty great.
Let's go back to the beginning when you arrived here. How did you feel? And if you could maybe start with when I arrived in Melbourne and describe what it was like, what your mindset was like, what you expected.
I actually felt perfect arriving in Melbourne, because it was kind of the first time where I really managed to follow the instructions on how to be less jet lagged, even if I was of course still, but I think in 3-4 days I was already used to it, which usually takes a bit longer. So that was a good thing. It started great, then I had some small physical issues, so nothing too big, but I had like 3 days where the practice was not 100% and I couldn't play points, and because I didn't have a warm-up tournament, we came here and we thought we're gonna play as many points as possible, but I couldn't. My feet was hurting a little bit, so it makes it even more special, because I had like 2 real days where I could push myself and play points, and it was not enough. In the first match I could feel that I was not 100% about my game, but I managed to step it up during the tournament.
Could you talk us through every single round and maybe give us the key takeaway from each match?
Yeah, I mean the first one, brutally hot day, really tough physically for me. At one moment I started to feel not good, not very well, and 2 minutes after he cramped. So sometimes it happened, I was like, wow, that's literally a gift from someone, because if he wouldn't, he would probably, I won't say beat me, because I would fight till the end, but he would have the upper side, let's say, because if he would feel physically, I would be down physically and mentally. So it was not easy, but that's how tennis is sometimes. It's physically brutal. Second round, I mean, we start at almost midnight. Girls went on this crazy tiebreaker, 22-20 or something like this. And Emil was firing well. I was not playing my best, but just said to myself, keep fighting, try, and that's the only thing. Third round against Felix, I was not feeling well, because I went to bed at 7 in the morning after Russe Daniil's match, but I was like, okay, I need to gonna try to make something work here and try to make it fast. I managed to win in 3 sets, so that was really good, because then I felt good for the 4th round, which was against Borges, who I never played before, and he has some firepower, which I was surprised, which on the TV you cannot really see it. So all the match I was in defense, because every time if you give him one shot that is not on the baseline, he just attacks. So all the match in defense, double match point in the 3rd, serving for the match, losing the 3rd, winning the 4th, exhausted, dead in the locker room, ready in 2 days. Huber, tough opponent, I don't really like to play him, he has big serve and everything. 5-set match, crazy points and stuff like this. Very happy to win. Locker room, dead, completely destroyed. Ready for tonight against Sasha. Was a tough match, I mean, and he was playing well. And just to be able, to win this through in the semi-final of a slam, to be in the final, could be, when I say one of my biggest victories, the biggest one would be winning the slam, which I did. Davis Cup, stuff like this. But if we talk about one match itself, this one is big, and I'm happy about it.
Locker room dead.
Locker room
That's
dead. Hopefully Sunday, like always, ready.
Locker room dead with trophy.
Yeah, hopefully.
And if you, just to finish, if you could complete the sentences, playing a Grand Slam final feels like?
Playing a Grand Slam final feels like you are in the best show on the earth at this exact moment.
When I look at Jannik Sinner, I see.
When I look at Jannik Sinner, I see a red Italian. What can I say else? A red-haired Italian, and I think he would agree with this.
What about his game?
If we talk about his game, when I see Jannik Sinner, I see a very strong firepower, staying on the baseline, trying to take your time. So let's see what I can come up with.
And finally, my third time playing the Australian Open final will be?
My third time playing the Australian final will hopefully be lucky.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck on
Thanks,
Sunday.
man.
Yeah. Well
Thanks
done.
a lot.